Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday and happy weekend. What do we have for you today? We have not only a Tom Hazel Friday, but we have a Tom Hazel David Bilodeau Friday. Can you imagine what a gift this is, you guys? Well, it is. So you are in listen only mode. We are being recorded. If you have any questions for us, type those into the question panel located on the right side of your screen. And good morning, Tom and David, and thanks for being here to do this Centec Live for us today.
Good morning, Colleen. Hey, Dave. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
A good morning.
My buddy David. I've known David since his first couple of months with Pitney Bowes, so I'm very blessed to be sharing any kind of time with him, especially presenting, as I like to do. So appreciate your time today, guys. Time's valuable, so thanks for taking time with us. So, from an objective standpoint, we're covering off on the rate change that's happening on July 9th. Yesterday was our client event. It was heavily attended. About 1,000 or more clients were on that. I think well over 1,800 registered. If your client registered and they couldn't get in or had technical difficulties, as always, standing operating procedure, SOP, they're going to get a copy of the recording and a thank you, and also get a PDF version of the deck. So we got them covered. There's a lot of great questions, a lot of interest around certified mail, a lot of interest around the IMPB. So there was some great questions and focus on their part around the IMPB label and certified return receipt. I mean, certified return receipt electronic has been out since 2003, and still clients haven't adapted. So our job is to get them adapting. And then with the meter side, stop doing meter tapes. We got to get them to adapt to printing the IMPB label so they can enjoy the savings they deserve. And obviously, we recognize some value from that, but also you get to sell something. And who on this call doesn't like to sell some stuff? I think it's all of you. So the goal here is to help you understand the new savings opportunities that your solutions unlock for our clients and prospects, enable you to leverage those rates to deliver value and differentiate yourself from the competition. And competition can't hold the candle to what we can do. We'll also get some updates on PitneyShip Pro and the 360 platform. Single sign-on is now available for every part of the platform without any approvals. So that was lifted 2 days ago, and your BAs or SCs rather can quote it readily for you. And we're going to talk about leading with the conversation around single sign-on. We'll talk about the new splitter within PitneyShip Pro, which is awesome to see. And we'll also talk about the new carrier pickup in the product too. Again, an awesome feature. So with that, we'll kick it into David now. And David will go over strategy, services, and we'll go through the whole piece and then wrap up with any questions you may have. And we'll take it from there. So David Bilodeau.
Hey, thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. And hey, everybody. So look, from the USPS side of things, the rate change is not actually happening until July 9th. Your clients will wake up on that morning on July 10th when they're back in the office, and there's new rates will be in their software and devices ready to go. So I'm going to talk open up first about some pricing strategy from the USPS, give everybody some background and context around these rate changes. I will then talk about the mailing changes, turn it over to Tom to talk about the USPS shipping changes, and then we'll wrap up with the other pieces around PitneyShip Pro. So overall, the rates are increasing about 5 to 6% for the mailing side. Okay, there's not really any increases on the shipping side. This rate change was primarily about the mailing side of the house, the market dominant products, if you will. I won't talk about it in this presentation, but I always get asked about marketing mail, formerly standard mail, and the rates are just going up. That's all you need to know. We don't really focus on marketing mail. We don't really have a ton of solutions. Our growth area is definitely not in helping clients with their marketing mail. But just so you know, those rates did go up for that as well. So provide some context around this whole thing about why rates go up. There's really 3 things that are impacting the rates and the price increases. The first thing is obviously the consumer price index. This is, as inflation goes up, rates go up. Shocked, right? The next thing is mail volume. Now, what's interesting about mail volume, this is an inverse relationship. So as mail volume goes down, the post office has to raise rates to make sure that they can maintain their profitability. And then there's obviously that retirement obligation. I think if anyone's paid any attention to anything going on with the USPS, this retirement obligation is always talked about. So that will continue to go up as more people retire. The post office has to continue to fund that. So that affects the price increases. So when we think about the timing of the price changes, the post office has moved to a twice a year main event. Okay. Now there's also typically in around the holidays in October the surcharge, but that's actually not a price increase. It's just there's a surcharge that's added to the shipping products, same way the carriers do. So they've moved to this sometime in January, sometime in July price increase, and it ranges, but again, it's probably here to stay for the next couple years. I don't necessarily see them going back to, we don't see them as Pitney Bowes going back to a single increase just yet. So here's an example. You can see like what the mix of this increase, what's been the components of the increase. Before it was really based around the consumer price index. That's why it was 1 to 2%. Postal reform and some of these other pieces gave the USPS some flexibility to actually try to be competitive in the market around some pricing and help make themselves profitable. So you can just kind of see, how that mix has been, and there's again the three components here: the consumer price index, the density authority, that's the mail volume piece, and then there's obviously the retirement piece as well. The parts highlighted in the box there, going into the future, these are just estimates. So it could always change, but this is just to give you an idea. It's a great way to have a conversation with your clients about this, especially if they have some conversation or have questions about this. Now, the one thing we heard yesterday on the client webinar was someone asked, why is the USPS increasing its rates so much more often than the other carriers? It makes me laugh a little bit because the other carriers seem to raise rates whenever the heck they want. It's like, oh, it's a Tuesday. You know what? Thursday's coming up. Let's raise some rates. Let's raise a fuel surcharge. Let's raise another surcharge. Let's add and invent a new surcharge. So it's kind of it's false that the USPS is raising its rates more often than any carriers. It's just that the USPS has mail and their shipping packages. So it's two products versus just one, shipping product. So taking a look at volumes, this part was my favorite piece that we talked about kind of yesterday, because it just level sets everything that's going on in the marketplace. All right. So in case anyone's missed the memo, mail volume's declining, and it's going to continue to decline. Now, you can see the first class volume. That's your invoices, bills, statements, explanation of benefits, correspondence. Right. That is going down. It will continue to go down. There was a precipitous decline early on, in kind of like the 2000 to 2005, and that was really driven by electronic payment, believe it or not. So, it used to be for every invoice that was mailed, there was a payment that was mailed back to a business. Well, that was the first thing that went away, right? With electronic payments, we start paying our bills online. All of that, those return payments, they all go away. All that business reply mail, I still laugh when I get an envelope and it's got the business reply envelope, and I'm like, man, you guys could be saving like 10 cents just by getting rid of this. But anyway, most of us pay our bills online now. That's just the fact, and that's for younger generations, older generations, it's just true. So first class mail will continue to decline though as businesses move to electronic billing. Marketing mail, you'll see, has kind of had more of a roller coaster, right? It's gone down, it's gone up. A lot of this impacted the economy, impacts marketing mail. We can see that it took that steep dive in the COVID years, and now it's coming back on the rise. This rise that you're seeing in marketing mail is not a rise, okay? It's what it really is. It's a normalization, okay? Because if you were to follow that graph, it's still lower than where it was in 2019. So we don't expect in 2023 or in 2024 that volume to go back above to where it was in 2015. We still expect it to level off a bit, but what you're seeing that increase right now is just normalization from COVID as we recovered from that. Package volume, same kind of trend at the end, it's just reversed. So you see that dip from 2021 to 2022. That's not saying that people are doing less shipping, gang. What's really happening here is it's a normalization. We were over shipping, okay? So like the volume had increased more than it was supposed to naturally do because of the pandemic. And again, if you take a look at volume from 2016 to what it is in 2022, it's a very, very steep increase in those 5-7 years. We expect it to continue to increase. It's just we're back on that normalization curve. One thing to note about package volume, it's still ahead of where we had forecasted this volume to be 5 years ago. So even with that dip from 2021, we are still higher than what we had forecasted. I say we, this is the post office volume, by the way. So when we take a look at that volume, we break it down, and we look at 3 classes here. So parcel select and first class package, which funny enough are going to be merged here pretty soon, not to steal Tom's thunder. And then priority mail. A couple surprising things here. First of all, you'll see the trend of the dip from that kind of 2021 to 2022, big growth, and then just the dip at the end. The reason for that, again, it's normalization. So there's nothing to be alarmed about there. People can continue to ship and can continue to ship a lot. But parcel select is the #1 service, with first class package being the #2. Priority mail is pushed so much, and I myself talk about priority mail so much. Seeing this information was very eye-opening. So that's just a breakdown of how the packages are for the USPS.
Yeah, so this one took me by surprise in this regard. Yes, parcel select surprised me as well, David, but I had never anticipated that the volume of first class package well, I knew it was below priority mail, but look at what's happening. So the movement's dramatic. I mean, it's a steady. So if you follow it, even with the correction, it's very steady. And in this area here is when they changed to zoning. So back here, it used to be same price no matter where in the country. So you would think when they moved into zoning, which moved the prices up a little bit the farther it went, but not dramatically, that you would see a dip, but it didn't happen. In fact, the acceleration continues. Obviously, you have the correction, right? You do have the correction, but still so far ahead of priority mail. This was the eye opener for me right here, that was the case. So maybe some of it's our company's notification and education rather around first class package, and if it fits, it ships, works. But if it fits and it ships and it's lighter than a pound, does it work financially? And the answer is no. So I'm hopeful that some of our own education, as well as client awareness that you're providing as sales professionals, is bringing customers to the point of understanding it. The other point is that in 2015, the IMPB became the reality. So Intelligent Mail Package Barcode came into effect 2015. So it was already swinging up, but man, has it really kind of changed things on the first class package side? Again, priority mail stayed steady during the first 3 years of IMPB, really a minor increase. And then I would say the COVID factor came in here. But even with the COVID factor, I think people realize, hey, this stuff's getting delivered. I'm maybe using ground for UPS, but I'm getting it delivered in the same timeline with priority mail at a much better rate, without residential surcharges, without delivery area surcharges, without a 17% fuel surcharge. So I think the combination works very well within our multi-carrier platforms overall, David. I just had to make that observation.
Yeah, no, it's great. That's great. And the last piece on this with this volume dip is, what we're seeing in this normalization, the carriers were turning away package. They're not turning away packages right now, okay? The carriers want more packages again. So it is the perfect time for a multi-carrier solution. So that was the background. Now let's just dive into what the actual rates are, right? Let's take a look here. So look, for first class mail, basically what we continue to see, about a 3-cent increase. This is what we've seen in the past couple years. So yeah, meter letters are going up 3 cents, stamps are going up 3 cents. The savings remains for just using meter or online postage. You save 3 cents versus a stamp. By the way, what a great reason to sell Pitney Ship Pro for workers working at home. They can save the 3 cents rather than going to the grocery store or something to get rolls of stamps. Just saying. But I want to take your attention and focus it on the flat increase. So flats went up 9 cents. So flats continue to be, double what the cost of a letter is. I mean, the post office is being very clear about what they want our clients to send. So we take a deeper dive. So I say flats, envelopes. This is a helpful slide to have. If you're having any conversations about mail still, the important thing to note is that flats become flats, right? The rate becomes flat is not just because of the dimensions, the length and width. Okay. Yes, that's part of it. Okay. A letter size can't be above 11.5 inches long. Its height can't be above 6 1/8 inch. But there's also a thickness piece. As soon as that letter, okay, it can be a number 10 envelope. As soon as that letter is over 1/4 inch thick, it becomes a flat, period. As soon as that letter is over 3.5 ounces, it becomes a flat, period. So there's other considerations besides just the size here. But the thing is that with the flat, it's like, why are you sending a flat envelope? Why are you sending 4 pieces of paper in this giant flat envelope? Do you like paying double for anything? I know I don't. So as we look at the rate comparison here, though, between flats on the left-hand side, these are the new flat rates as of July 9th. And there's your metered letter rates, okay? Because I'm assuming most of our clients have a meter or using online postage. Look at this across the board here, though. So if 1 ounce, it's a 53% savings. 2 ounces, a 45% savings. 4 ounces, 30. The bottom line is on every single, for those 4 things, your clients are saving 72 cents a piece. So if you talk to your clients as the consultative people you are, and talk to them about folding that mail in half and putting it into a 6 by 9.5 inch envelope. By the way, we have machines that help clients do that, just saying. Then your clients can save 72 cents per piece. I mean, we talk about pre-sort like it's the bee's knees. That's talking about like 5 to 10 cents a piece. We're talking about 72 cents a piece here just by folding it in half. Let's say though, well, wait a minute, Dave. No, the flat weighs 6 ounces. Well, how are they doing that printing? Are they printing on just one side of the page? Because they use one of our reso printers and duplex print, well, now suddenly that weight is cut in half. And now they can fold it in half and put it into an envelope. Oh, by the way, or you could just outsource the whole thing to Maelstrom On Demand and let Maelstrom On Demand figure out and give your clients these savings. All right. So the point is, why are your clients using the flat envelope? That's the question that you guys should be leveraging your data capture sheets and going and asking your clients about. So there's still first-class commercial rates, though. There's still pre-sort rates. Okay, so pre-sort, automation, commercial, right? The post office calls it now first-class commercial rates. What you're seeing here is the letter rates. All right. One interesting thing, and this has been the case for a number of years now. The rate for a 1 ounce piece or for a 3.5 ounce piece is the same when you're using automation. So this is whether you're using Maelstrom On Demand, whether your clients are leveraging I shouldn't say the pre-sort service because pre-sort extra doesn't quite work that way for flats, but anyway, but for letters, it still does. Your clients pay the same rate. So your clients are sending out 2 ounce mail pieces or 3 ounce mail pieces. They save even more when they're doing a pre-sort of some kind. And like I said, there's 3 ways to do pre-sort. We have pre-sort service, pre-sort extra. We have Maelstrom On Demand, or you're still gonna have clients out there who want to use software to do this. You can see the buckets here and what the discount is. Really, the biggest point here is if you have clients and you are about to have a conversation about commercial rates, I hope for all that's good in this world that you are talking to your client about Maelstrom On Demand. If I were out there selling right now and I have a client that's doing mail volume that's worth me talking to them about commercial rates, I'm leading with Maelstrom On Demand. The bottom line is if you're not talking to your clients about outsourcing, somebody else is anyway. So don't take a look at your client that has that, DI 950 out there still, or maybe it's a Relay 7000 that's back in that renewal period. Don't go in and think, oh yeah, I need to renew this and I'm going to try to sell them Planet Press or sorry, not Planet Press anymore, right? Pitney Bowes, OL Connect. Yeah, fine. Good to talk about an option, but you got to make sure you're talking to that client about Maelstrom On Demand because outsourcing that bulk mail is something they're already considering. By the way, it also pays you a lot more. Just saying. So certified mail, something very near and dear to Tom and I's hearts. Certified mail is going up to it's 20 cents. So the new price just for playing is $4.35. You add your postage to that. Now we changed the slide a little bit. We used to just kind of have like, oh, here's your green card and here's ERR. The bottom line is that when your clients are sending certified mail, they have two paths they can go. They can say, well, if they want a return receipt. If they want a return receipt, they have two paths they can go. They can get the original green card, traditional green card, do everything by hand and pay $3.55, or they can go the right route and switch to electronic return receipt and save that $1.35 now. That's right, folks. The savings for ERR with this new rate change as of July 9th is going up 10 cents. The new price is $1.35 for ERR. The important thing to note here, though, is that the savings is not the story, okay? The savings is the icing. The savings are the gravy, okay? The important thing is here, take a look at all of these things that we eliminate or can do with electronic return receipt that your client can't get using the green card. All the manual steps eliminated with Pitney Ship Pro. The $1.35 savings, yep, you get it. Batch processing. You know, if your clients have 10, 100, 1,000 of these things to process, why not do it in a batch? You can't do that by hand. Simple reporting, getting visibility to every single piece of certified mail, wherever it is in the process. There's only one way to do that, and that's with ERR. Searchable signature files, right? So finding those signature files by the recipient name, by a reference number, by an address, by a date range, whatever your client might want to find it. It's a lot better than going to a filing cabinet and hoping and praying that that signature file might be there. And then lastly, of course, is the paper waste reduction that happens. So we put this slide together because, you know, we always talk about ERR, and I was guilty of this too. I would go in, I talk about certified mail, and I would immediately go to, oh, save I think at the time that then it was like $1 or $1.10 maybe, you know, save $1 and all, look at all these savings. And the client's like, yeah, okay, you know, that's cool. We have to talk about the process improvement. All right. And that's really what this is. That's what this is about. It's what Centec does, gang. Everything we do in Centec, everything we've done in Centec for 100 years, right? Pitney Bowes, for 100 years, we've helped our clients improve their operation. We've helped them improve their workflow, save time, save energy, right? Make things faster and better. That's what the ERR process is all about. By the way, you improve your entire process and you get to pay less than with the crappy old process. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about ERR though. And by the way, we say ERR, your clients don't know what ERR is, okay? They have no idea. If you can say electronic return receipt, they might know. They know certified mail. So please make sure if you're approaching your email and approaching a client via email or calling or leaving a message, don't say ERR. You got to talk certified mail first. It's your certified mail process, okay? 99% of people doing certified mail are getting the signature back. So with that said, so certified mail ERR, we have two ways clients can do it. Through the mailing machine, which is how we started doing it, 2003, or our software Pitney Ship Pro. Quite frankly, I don't know why we still offer it on the mailing machine. It's a terrible, awful process that is slow and is difficult to retrieve the signature. It's like, yeah, you get your client the savings, but that's about all you're doing for them, folks. That's about the only favor you're giving them. Pitney Ship Pro, look at all of these things that you can do in Pitney Ship Pro that you're just not going to get with the mailing machine. So the bottom line here is, if you're going to talk to your client about their certified mail process, you got to make sure that you're talking about Pitney Ship Pro. Remember, people aren't all, we're not justifying these 100% of the time with the cost ROI. There is the ERR ROI tool out there, but it's not all about a cost savings. People are getting Pitney Ship Pro because they see the benefit of being able to search for those signature files, of having access to visibility of all of their certified mail that they're sending. People don't wake up every day and say, man, I cannot wait to spend $8 on a piece of mail. It just doesn't happen, folks. They're doing this because they have to do it. There's a reason, a business reason. So why not give them a business solution for this process? And what Tom's going to talk about later from the shipping side, That's the beauty of Pitney Ship Pro. Not only are going to save $1.35 on every single piece of certified mail, we're also going to help them save $1, $10, $15 on that priority mail package or that Ground Advantage package. So you get all of these great benefits from one solution. So if you're going to talk to your clients about electronic return receipt, you have to talk about Pitney Ship Pro with it.
Yeah, we concur. And many of you may not understand the process on a mail machine. But on a mail machine, you know, wherever the label's attached to the mail piece, could be upstairs and it comes down to the mail center, could be done by a paralegal and it gets taken to the mail center. But whoever does the initial piece has to peel off a tiny little 1/16 of an inch strip, which is the tracking number. And it's about maybe 2.5 inches, 3 inches long, and it's about 1/16 of an inch in height. And they would apply that to, say, the client folder. That's how they track it. That's how they track the piece. That's the only way to track the piece. Once it gets transmitted by the postage machine, it's up to you to track it with that number. So, okay, the piece gets to the mail machine, and Susan remembered to keep her little strip. Many people forget that part of the process, and they go, how do I track it? I don't know the number. So it does happen. If you don't think it does, it does. The other piece you have to keep in mind, and I thought I closed Teams, I apologize for that, is that with that, in regards to that, what happens is that it comes to the mail center has to put the piece on the machine, or maybe I do my own mail. You put the piece on the scale, you get the weight, you select the preset, certified return receipt, electronic, first class letter. You then have to scan the barcode. So now you're selling them a wedge scanner that some clients don't even know why they have. Many do. Many are still in boxes when we trade in the product. They don't even know what it is. And then once they have that scanned in or typed in, they then have to put in the zip code. So it's just the zip code, assuming that it's on the mail machine. It's only a zip code that is affiliating that mail piece together. Okay? Then they run the piece. A lot of times they put a strip tape on it because it's easier than running it through the mail machine. So they're wasting supplies and paper tapes. So it's not the prettiest thing you've ever seen in the world, as opposed to doing it within Pitney Ship Pro, and for that matter, Pro Enterprise. So David, thank you for elaborating on it. But this is a slide you want to look at, and you're going to want this deck for several slides. I would have to think this is definitely one of them you're going to want to keep.
Amen.
Amen. You're an all-star, Dave.
Well, I forgot what slide was in here. So IMI, just these slides, guys, these are what we presented yesterday on the client webinar. So we talked about IMI and just that, hey, look, the important message here is we have you covered. Our full line is IMI compliant. But that's all I have to say about that. Lastly, your clients will ask you about this, so I want to make sure you guys all know. There is USPS package services. I still don't know why, but they call it package services, but it's actually part of the mailing category. So this is actually the market dominant products. So media mail, library mail. The story here is just the rates went up again. End of story. So that's that. But we will take a poll question now.
We will, but I have to say, David, when you have that plaid shirt on and you said, that's all I have to say about that, I thought you were Forrest Gump for a minute.
Oh boy.
Oh,
It was like
ouch.
watching
Oh,
Man, I don't know how I feel about
it
that.
was so funny, I laughed out loud. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that, but that's a Forrest Gump line, and he has the same plaid shirt on Tom Hanks had it. Okay, so poll question is up. We do have a couple questions from the audience. So first one, do we have a brochure or chart with the new pre-sort extra rates?
It's probably not ready yet, but the pre-sort extra team will have that.
Okay, and then we had a couple people ask about getting the attendance rosters from the client webinar, and I said what Tom said on the earlier session, that you can get those from your specialist, correct, Tom?
Yeah, so David's going to ensure that that gets to the specialists. We don't like to send out the master list because that's a list of our clients who we're interested in our information. So we've never sent out the master list for that purpose. Just so you know the reasoning behind it.
Okay, next question here. Label 400 was a free USPS tracking label clients would use for packages processed through the mail machine. That
Mhm.
label went away and is now called Label 888. Is that still available for clients to get free tracking on packages processed through the mail machine? Or is free tracking only available for commercial pricing and packages processed through software like our PSP, which is a big added value of our software?
Yeah, they still offer on label 400 because they have to, or label 888. There's no real need for it. I mean, you want to automate, you want to get the discount. You're putting a label on it anyway, and you're peeling off that little tracking number of that label. Why? Why? Why not just acquire a very inexpensive piece of software? Pitney Ship Pro for 100 labels is, 100 transactions rather a month is very, very affordable. You're talking, maybe $1,500, $3,000 in pro services, and you look at that in a 3-year, 2-year payment, it's not even close to being obnoxious. And, some of the savings they've already identified and what I'll identify next, and plus the multi-carrier capability and no more data silos and the analytics. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to use a label 888, 400, or 999, 2212. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's think about it this way, gang. Like, even if your clients don't get Pitney Ship Pro, their meter came with, at the time, SemPro Online or even Pitney Ship. So it's right. So, like, if your client is asking about, label 400 and label 880, by the way, I totally forgot what the new label was even called. Like, that's how much, even in my personal life, I'm not, using that at all. So, your clients have ways to print the shipping label, and there's really no reason why they shouldn't.
Financially, it's a nightmare. It's just not the right thing to do.
Okay, David, we got a couple comments on your slides, and I said we do call you the slide master wizard. Do we not, Tom?
Oh, we do. So David is the wizard of slides. Yes, he is. He's
Yep,
not
he
the man
has
behind
been
the
for
curtain.
many,
He's
many,
the man with the plaid shirts. His whole closet is full of plaid. We got to work on that, David. David,
years of him being
come
the
down
slide
here.
master.
I got to get you hooked up in Florida, man. I got a
Nice.
closet full of fun, dude.
Great.
Geometrics,
certified
are back, Dave. Geometrics are back, babe.
The certified mail ERR process is the same whether a client does it on a mailing machine or through Pitney Ship Pro. Oh, those last few people that voted made you guys lose to the East Coast. So it's 93% false on this one and 7% true. David, how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, when I said that the mailing machine process for ERR was crappy, I guess I wasn't really clear. Or I was mostly clear. I was 93% clear. So yeah, obviously it's false. It's not even remotely the same process. So I'm hoping people express true. It was a mistake, or they were just trying to be funny.
I think they were messing with you, Dave. I think they were messing with you. Oh man, oh man. So this is how it's going to be, huh? All right. So shipping changes of notable effort here. As Dave spoke about, it's not financially changing anything because they had the rate change in January. Is there some consolidation? Yes, and it's a good thing. So, Ground Advantage replaces First Class Package, replaces Parcel Select Ground, replaces Retail Ground Pricing. It's all rolled into one thing called Ground Advantage. What does that tell you? It's going by ground. So that's Ground Advantage. No changes to Priority Mail at all, or Priority Mail Express either. So those are stable, but we'll cover it. So we did cover zones again with our clients. Clients get or befuddled sometimes by this concept. It's a simple concept. Where you reside is zone 1. So if you're in Texas and you're in Dallas, Texas, and an unfortunate Cowboys fan, that's zone 1. As you move across the country to Philly to send us packages, that's a joke. You're going out to farther zones. So you're going out from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. That's what zones are about. So right here, this is a zone 1 in Chicago, and then this is zone 2 around it, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. So you get the picture. Likewise, over here, you're in beautiful Baltimore. David's city there of birth, so you're going from there, you're in zone 1 and so forth, right? And then 2, and then 3, and then 4. And, New England runs up here different between 5 and 6. It's just how it's all zoned out across the country. And every carrier follows the same pretty much zoning technology around this piece. So as David said, only suckers print stamp tapes, for packages. You want to get the discounts, you want to use commercial, you want to have tracking, you don't want to have to put on a meter tape, to that question earlier, and then have to slap a label 400 on there. Why? You've just you just used ink for the meter, then you're peeling off another label. You better remember to save that tracking number when you can just go in the Pitney Ship Pro, generate it, or Pitney Ship or Semper Enterprise for that matter, generate the right label and put it on the package, and you're done. It's a streamlined, simple approach that saves you money. I'm sure my friends in the supply line aren't thrilled with me trying to cut down on supplies, but it's the right thing to do, right? It's the right thing to do. So this is a great slide. David is a slide master. So on the left is Parcel Select Ground, First Class Package Services, and Retail Ground. All of it becomes Ground Advantage. So with Ground Advantage, it covers anything from 1 ounce up to 70 pounds. And it's the best prices you're going to get if you're using commercial or cubic. So retail is here, commercial is in here, and cubic is in here. Again, retail is not something we want to do or we want our clients to do. It's not advantageous from a financial standpoint, and you don't get tracking. So if you're in commercial and cubic, both in our systems, easily done. You get 2 to 5 day delivery on these products, free package pickup in the product itself, within Pitney Ship Pro and Pitney Ship. Tracking is included and free insurance up to $100. So Ground Advantage provides a very nice feature functionality. So if it's less than a pound, this conversation is the same. It's no different than it used to be. It doesn't make a difference. It's just a new name instead of First Class Package, which was also First Class Parcel before, and then package, and now it's called Ground Advantage. It's the same thing. So the pricing is where you see it, and the opportunity is where you can make it. So clients who want to continue to use retail rates, if they're over 13 ounces, they're going to pay priority mail pricing. And that's what you see on the screen here that I highlighted. If they're going to get involved with our labels and utilizing USPS rate structure in commercial, they're going to pay a much cheaper rate. It's just that simple. So no matter how you look, left or right, you have savings. Savings on the right, not saving a thing on the left. So looking at commercial versus retail and Ground Advantage, and you're looking at your percentages there. So when you're looking at it from a standpoint of 4 ounce, up to 4, up to 8, up to 12, up to 16, or up to 15.99, you clearly can see the advantage and the savings overall. So the minimum you'll save is 20%. The minimum is 20%. Now, when you look at everything over a pound, it becomes, and we always go up, we can always go up to 70, you can go up to 70 pounds in this below category. We always show up to 10 pounds. It's the most common. So on the zone, poundage of 1 pound, your savings are all right. And when you get out to the farther reaches of the country, it gets less all right. But then after that, it stays pretty steady and pretty solid. I mean, you're talking some serious savings here on the screen. 40% savings, as you see down here. So minimally, if you're zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, which is most common for people, you're saving at least 15%, right? At least 15, 13%. So it's a positive conversation to have around this part of the business. So, you want to think of it from a standpoint of how clients do things. So if they put something that's 12 ounces and, use retail priority mail, or you went into a post office or go to the meter, you're paying $9.85. You say, you know what, let me use their packaging. It's $10.40. Or you say, well, let me shove it in a envelope, priority mail flat rate envelope for $9.65, so I don't pay $10.40. If they just took that 13 ounce piece, 12-ounce piece rather, and put it in our own packaging and crack the label out of Pitney Ship Pro or Pitney Ship or Speed, look at the savings. They're saving 51%. They're only paying $4.74, less than $5. This is real money. So when you talk about pre-sort and you talk about pre-sort extra rates, that's pennies a piece. This is $5, almost $5. No, it's more than $5. That's real savings. How many letters do you have to sort to save $5, Dave? You ever do the math? That's a good thing to do math on. How many pieces for a mixed ADC do you have to do to save $5? You know, you have to have a minimum of 500 anyway in the number of pieces for first class letters. There's some fun math for everyone. Everybody's got their calculator out, colleague. I can hear you kicking away out there. So, and look at the qubit pricing situation. This looks complex, right? So length times width times height. Okay, I divide it by 1726. Now I've got my calculator out and I'm doing all that. Hell no. You just put your dimensions in Pitney Ship Pro or Pitney Ship, and the system's automatically going to say, based on those dimensions, you get ground advantage cubic. Or if it's priority, you get priority mail cubic. It's gonna know. It's like Prego. The savings here is $6.64. That's what the savings is. So retail's $15.45 in the same dimension package, but in this case, it's $8.81. So you're saving $6.64 on one single transaction. That's real money. That's money in your pocket. You can do a lot more with $6 than you can do 6 cents, as far as I know. So when you think about USPS packages and priority mail, think about it in two different worlds. So you have your weight-based rating, your flat rates, and your cube size rating. That's what you have. So the cubic speaks up to 20 pounds in specific sizes. Flat rate is it fits in chips and different boxes that are available and envelopes that are available. And then your weight based outright, 1 to 70 pounds. Weight and destination, is what it is, right? And then you have the other part, and that's the pricing. How is the pricing determined, right? And USPS offers 3 categories. Retail, walking into post offices or using that meter tape. Clients will continue to be punished by doing meter tapes because they're not generating a trackable label and because they're also not transmitting the data electronically to the post office. That will not go away, folks. It's not like they're going to go, well, people don't want to cooperate, we're going to get rid of that. No, they have to be there to be automated. And then obviously in the Connect e-commerce from Pitney Bowes, where we negotiated the rate directly with the post office. It's our rate card. It's not anybody else's rate card. It's our rate card. And May 1st, they lowered the rates again. And some of your clients had an issue. They got a notice of underpayment. That happened. And the post office came back and said it and gave us something to put out there because they messed up. They didn't update the data in their systems. So when that barcode scanned and it captured the weight, they thought it was underposted, and it wasn't. And all those refunds are being applied back into their product, and they'll see it in their history in Pitney Ship Pro. They'll see their refunds. They'll notify us. We put it in our systems. The money goes back in their priority mail. In their purchase power or however they pay for that package automatically. Nothing to do. It's fixed. So, but a total mistake by the post office. So this slide really sings a story for me. It really does a great job. On the left's the rates and services, right? The rate services are weight-based, flat rate, size, right? Retail, commercial, Connect e-commerce. This is a phenomenal single slide to help your clients explain what Pitney Bowes delivers from a standpoint of rating and from a standpoint of pricing. You can pay retail and you can get commercial from vendors, but can you get Connect e-commerce? Well, you can from Pitney Bowes. So if you look at priority mail versus retail, so what you see there is your savings. And now you're starting to see little things on the screen you never saw before. You're seeing this greater than sign, right? You see these greater than signs? Did anybody pick up on that? So the greater than signs, because we cannot publish what our rates are in the CEC, Connect e-commerce world, we're not permitted to publish it, is an indication that in these zones, at these weights, you were saving even more. So at 18%, we are saving you greater than 18. At 20, greater than 20. At 30, greater than 30. Everything is greater than. That's what we can show them, and that's all we're permitted to show them. So just like we do within the UPS, Pitney Bowes UPS program rates, greater than or up to. That's all we're permitted to do. But in the case of that carrier, we can say about fees being eliminated. So elimination is elimination. So an example of that is fuel surcharge is 17%, it's eliminated. Residential delivery surcharge, eliminated. Delivery area surcharge, eliminated. So they're trying to compete with these people here called the United States Postal Service. Whoever thought that would happen, Dave? That the post office would literally try to compete. And that's why the rates went down again for the post office, because the UPS rates to us went down in April. Yep, they went down. It's a war out there. Again, pardon me, you see the savings, you just don't have to worry about it. The system does the work. But priority mail does apply in cubic rating too. So you have that case as well. Okay, so it still applies either way you go. All right, so that we'll sip there. So these are examples that I use all the time with clients because they tell a hell of a story. So retail, you crack that meter tape all day long, babe. $9.65. All right, before CEC rates, you were down to $8.05 at Pitney Bowes, and you were happy. You saved $1.60. But now with our Connect e-commerce, and we show it out loud, man, we cross out that number, you're saving $2.05. So you went from $9.65 to $7.60, and you saved $2. Again, these are manageable, understandable, and clearly valuable statements and examples that we can show our clients. Let's take that big box, right? Sending it to my daughter up in Asheville, North Carolina in the mountains, 7 pound, going to zone 4, and it's 0.3 cubic feet. So I go to commercial in the past, right? And with other vendors, and it's $15.34. I'm happy. I got $4 extra. I can throw something else in the box for my daughter. But how about if I'm really happy because I saved almost $10, $10, and I throw a Starbucks gift card for $10 in the box, along with the other stuff I got for her. That's real savings. You're looking at $19.65 down to $9.59. Manageable, understandable, and it's real money back in our clients' pockets, which is a positive conversation.
Yeah, Tom, if I could just, sorry, just to touch on this a little bit. You know, earlier when I was talking about the certified mail electronic return receipt savings, and that with Pitney Ship Pro, you know, you could take those savings and you combine it with the shipping savings that Tom's going to talk about. These are the savings. I mean, $10 on a single package. You know, your client mails 5 of those in a month, an entire month, and it's $50. Okay, and these kind of savings are real. I mean, on a flat rate envelope, for Pete's sakes, it was almost $3 worth of savings. So it doesn't take a lot of packages combined with the really low volume of certified mail to combine those savings, and now suddenly you're, in addition to completely improving your client's process, you're also helping it pay, you know, either all for itself or just some of itself. Remember, we spend money on things that make our life better, right? Businesses wake up every day and spend money on things that improve processes. There's not always an ROI justification, but boy, when that thing that's going to make their lives so much easier and give them so much more control of these processes and take out complexity and thinking, and you know, and empower employees in every single location, even working from home, to take advantage of these things, and it's going to, you know, either pay for itself or pay for some of itself. That's just a win-win. So this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're talking certified mail with a client, please, you have to talk about this stuff, the same conversation.
Yeah. You know, so it's kind of tantamount to going in there and just focusing on one thing when the client has many things you can help them with. You know, we're blessed at Pitney Bowes, truly are. You know, you have a full bag you have a full kit to sell. You want to go sell locker? Sell locker. You want to go sell shipping? Sell shipping. You want to go sell mailing products? So you say mailing, folding, inserting, pre-sort software to, you know, clean up their addresses. track my mail, you sell it. You can sell outbound, inbound shipping, analytics. Why just have an IMI conversation? Hey, David, how you doing, buddy? You home?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you're home. I'm here to tell you that I'm glad you're home because you got to get rid of your gas car, Dave. You got to get rid of your gas car. So let me talk you through what's required and how we go about that. Okay, you all right with that?
No.
Feeling good, Dave?
No.
You want a defensive? Huh? You all right? Yeah. Why?
Get off my
Why?
porch.
Yeah. Why do I got to change? Because the government says you have to go electric cars. You have to be electric. Is that the conversation we want to have with our clients, right? The conversation is, hey, I see some savings opportunities on the postal side, Mr. Customer. I don't know about your UPS and FedEx spend. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's understand what that looks like. And then talk to me about any challenge you may have around it. And maybe even the data associated to it and keeping track of things financially. That's a great conversation. I know what you're going to save over here because I have the data because we do that for you. But what about that? And then how can I help you with it? And you get them interested, you demo the product, show them a few of the screens, how to rate shop, how to do a certified piece, how to save money, how to print a stamp when they need to, even though they have a meter that may go down someday, or people work from home. And then, oh, by the way, as a part of this, your meter is at renewal, and we'll make sure that we get you associated with that right meter. Is this you need a similar solution, anything different about what you need today? No, good, perfect. And then it'll also make you IMI compliant, which is a post office requirement coming up. You feel better about that conversation, Dave?
I might invite you in for a drink now.
Oh, well, it's Friday. And I got my Friday happy hour shirt on, right, Sid? Is that what I got going on here? Goodness. Better conversation. So Party Mail Express versus retail, nothing changed, but those are the savings. So you clearly can see it. When you look at it overall, we help our clients ship smarter. And those who follow me on LinkedIn, that's my tagline. Hashtag ship smarter. It's been that way forever. I'm glad Pitney Bowes finally copied me. I can't do anything about it because everything I create is a property of Pitney Bowes. We do that every year, that signature that we had to do. But you look at your savings up to. So we use up to from an E standpoint, but the averages. You clearly see the averages. So Dave, Tom, Colleen, how do I print a label? It's hip to be square, guys. So clients did get to see this, and Dave did a beautiful job pitching it. He's looking for commission, I heard, on the transactions that come through based upon that plug. Did a great job, though. So here's the beauty of this product. It's a label printer and a stamp printer, but it doesn't have ink. What? It's just a roll? That's all it is. How many labels on a roll? 364. How many stamps out of that sucker? About 1,600 stamps. And it weighs? The people at National Postal who saw this product fell out. They were like, the Postalia the guy came back twice. The second time with a bunch of his Postalia friends, he's like, check this thing out. I mean, it's amazing product and it delivers tremendous value. And yeah, I know it's online for $269. We don't sell it at $269. We are a sales organization. We are commission sales reps. We sell it at $700 or lease it at $700. And the reason for that is simple. I got to pay, I have to be paid as a sales rep. My manager, Dave, has to be paid, right? His vice president has to be paid. The specialist has to be paid. The BA has to be paid. The vice president has to be paid. Tom Hazel has to get paid. Come on now. We all got to get paid. So hence the difference in price. It's not prohibitive, guys. It is not prohibitive. It's a different product. It comes with 2 rolls. It's a different product. It is the Pitney Ship Pro, Pitney Ship Cube Pro, not the Pitney Ship Cube. It's a Pro, baby. 2 labels in the box. So this slide here is my favorite slide that Dave, well, I shouldn't say that. Every time he does another slide, I get another favorite. So an amazing slide because what it shows the client is, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, I see it, $959. Wow, the savings, and you brought it over here. It's over here. That's awesome. But if you're a client, aren't your eyes dropping down the next line right here? And look at this, same day delivery, 6/9. What does that say? $9.59. What does that say? 53 bucks. What? Now, that's published rate. Well, I got a 50% discount the next day. Okay, and you're paying $31.74 versus $9. So I just showed you how to save $21. So there you go, Kokomo, all day long. Great opportunity, and that is a cubic rate applied to a priority mailbox as well. That's value. So we're running tight, and I know it. Hang tight with me. This is important information coming up. Single sign-on is now launched on the 360 platform. As of Wednesday, your SCs can quote it without coming to me for any approvals or doing anything special. So yes, for existing clients who want to add it now, you can do a CRD. Your SC can quote it right now and give you the price. It's anywhere from, I think it's around $8,000, and you're done. So it is a valuable tool for the client that benefits the client's organization by easily onboarding and removing users. Once it's set up, it's just-in-time provisioning. What does that mean? Once it's initially set up, any HR feed, I just started with Bill & Incorporated today. He had single sign-on on Pitney Ship Pro, got it installed a year ago. I start today. I get all my kit, I get all my PC, my laptop, my phone, and on my laptop is a URL to Pitney Ship Pro. All I got to do is hit that URL and type in my email and make a password, and I'm in Pitney Ship Pro. That's just in time. Very, very valuable. Reduces passwords. Obviously, the process of signing on is very streamlined and simple. Chances of phishing are eliminated, or lessened actually. There's nothing eliminated. IT just doesn't get the phone calls, and clients are demanding it. One thing about our beta process and having to do approvals is I got to look at every one of them, and I saw one location, 3 users. One location, 15 users. One location, 40 users. One location, 5,000 users. And also so everything in between and everything out multi-location. Clients want it, they need it, they want to have it. So you want to have the conversation. Does your organization require the use of single sign-on for authentication to any software you require? Well, yes, they do. We require that. Pitney Bowes does. You're not getting anything on our system without single sign-on, folks. Well, we offer it for the access to the Pitney Shipping 360 platform. It includes all our products, even lockers, and even the tracking assistance on the tracking devices. So it shows we understand the demand of technology, shows our advanced technology, provides the ability to grow your order value by approximately $8,000, gets you to plan faster, and obviously clients love it and want it. And here's the other thing that's important. Competition can't do it. Quadient can't do it. Postelia can't do it. Stamps.com I've only seen it once. They're not in that business. No UPS campus ship, no World Ship, no FedEx server. I checked with the people that work for us now that came from those places, and they're a specialist for us today, funny enough. So we're good there. This is an important announcement, and I'm hoping you're still here, guys. We now have the B-Pod splitter tool, as it used to be known, built directly in Pitney Ship Pro. So we've checked every box. There's only one comparing to a tier 1 SPI. The only exception is e-return receipt without postage. And that's a client, that folks is a USPS requirement. They want us to generate postage so it proves it's the case that it was posted properly. When it's done without postage in SPI and SenseMe Live, we're transmitting it's posted correctly. There's no proof of it, and they don't care for that. So it's really simple to do. I know we're over, and I apologize for it, but hang tight with me. It's easy to do. You just go into shipping, mailing, go to proof of delivery. If you're in proof of delivery right now, you see all your certifieds, you see export. That's just a list of all the data on these pieces. But if you shift over here and you say everyone with signature, a new tab comes into play, download. The client's got 30 days of data. They want more, they go deeper. They just hit download. It creates a zip file with individual PDS for every single one that came in the last 30 days or the last 6 months or the last year. It's all there, or any date range they want. So it's all right there. So the zip file will have individual records, and the naming right on the individual record matches what happens in PDF splitter, which is the reference field if used, underscore the article number, dot the date. It is done. We are there. And you know, you're looking at basically 15 months since launch, and we have matched exactly what we do in PSP and PSP that we do in SP Tier 1. So when you're doing, your first thought should be, you know, in your mind, not to the customer, is go in with a PSP mentality on a Tier 1 opportunity, because that's where you're going to be. When you have SPE clients renewing, move them over here. Show them the new interface, show them the graphics, show them all this does. It does so much more. And it's also an opportunity because your pro services are going to be lessened, which is important to note, right? So, and we're not charging for the BPOD splitter tool here. It's a part of the system. It's in the product. The BPOD splitter tool was installed offline of the software. Obviously, SPE is in the cloud. It was installed on a local PC. That PC took a crapper, it was gone, or installed on a client server. And that's problematic for clients today. So although we had a SaaS-based product in SPE, we still do, PDF Splitter is a on-computer program or on-server program. Just so you all know, that goes away, and so does the $3,800 to get it. So that's history. So good news. One other quick thing, just so we know, carrier pickup, UPS approved this, so we already have it now. So when you select UPS pickup, you're in our screen, you're not going to the carrier website anymore. FedEx will be there next once their team reviews it, gives us feedback, and we can then go live with it. We're just waiting for FedEx approval, and then you'll have 3 choices. It'll just say schedule a carrier pickup, and you'll see your 3 choices. You pick your carrier, your packages will populate. So we're doing some great work. The team is killing it out there, I think. So with that, we're going to get to a wrap here. Key points we'll touch on. You know, first class mail and certified mail, you have options to save postage. You have options to move electronic. It's not like it's heavy math. You know, $1.35 plus all the process improvements. It just makes sense. Rethink your packages. Are you rating using a flat rate box? If it's less than £1, you're paying for space that you're not using. You know, put it in smaller packaging, put it in packaging of your own. Yeah, you might have to pay for the packaging, but you're saving a lot more money doing it that way. And obviously, offset the rate increase, offset the complexity with PettyShip Pro. It's the right product at the right time, and it's doing the right thing. So with that, Colleen, I think you got a vote. I don't know if we can take any questions because you were 5 over already.
Okay, so we actually only have one more question, Tom. And that is, what's the ETA on refunds from the USPS?
It's already happening. We had a client yesterday ask about it. We showed them where to look, and they said, okay, yeah, you're right. They're already in there. So it's already happening. So
Okay,
as quick as, yeah, as quick as post office is getting to them, they're getting done. Yep.
Okay, so just final announcements. Remember on Tuesday the 20th? Well, Tom, maybe you want to do the commercial for that one.
Yeah. Tuesday the 20th, we have Parcel Point Smart Lockers inside and out. We will launch outdoor smart lockers. Let it rain, let it snow, let the winds blow. We have outdoor lockers. And yes, they are also up in Shelton, Connecticut, positioned so the demo team can actually go outside and with the camera, if they wish, and show them outside the beautiful sunshine. Little smoky for it this week, so they were like smoky lockers. But essentially, yes, so we'll launch our outdoor smart locker system, which is a welcome moment in time, and hopefully rejuvenates the activity around lockers, which is so sorely needed, folks.
Hang on, somebody's asking, are we doing another Centek Live on shipping rates in July?
At this
You know anything
point,
about that?
nothing scheduled, and there really wasn't much change in shipping rates. Just this Grand Advantage piece, I don't know if it's worthy of it, but I didn't cover off on the fact that one of our very own, Mark Eisenberg, who came to us from UPS, he's been with us about 1.5 years now. He manages the Chris Lally team as a specialist in Philadelphia market space. He's doing a webinar, 5 winning strategies to cut shipping costs, and that's on June 27th. So LinkedIn, it's out in LinkedIn. Go to the Pitney Bowes webpage on LinkedIn, go to my company, my post, and you can share it out, and you can register yourself if you want to, because maybe Mark will teach us something, right? I'm joining it. So that's on June 27th. Can we slip some stuff in there? Likely we can probably work with that out a little bit, David, I'm sure. And then there's access to a lot of resources around this on our website, postal information page. All those links are in this deck. Colleen, did you put it in the chat like last time? Because Sid's saying, can I get this deck? So yeah, Sid, you can share certain parts of the deck. Obviously, some of it's internal, but you see a lot of external. I love the slide that shows the CC and the less than. So that was me. I'd say that, puppy.
Okay, and Tom, I have the results of the poll up. So real quick, 100% said print shipping label through Pitney Ship Pro, which is how clients can take advantage of special Pitney Bowes discounts for priority mail.
There you go, 100%.
And I did put the deck in the handout, so if you guys want to grab it before you go, because a lot of people are asking for it, you can just click in the handouts and download.
It's your handouts here. Who doesn't like a good handouts?
Okay, go ahead and take us home, Tom.
Yeah, hey, David Bilodeau, love doing these with you, my friend. I always appreciate them. Colleen is always a generous and gracious and funny host. Keeping us in order, she does. God bless her. For all of you, have a great weekend. Thanks for all you do. I mean, really, thanks for all you do. I mean, you're out there pounding the pavement, pounding the phones, pounding your clients, bringing them great information. I'm hopeful the content does good things for you in sales. You know, I cannot believe we're end of second quarter. I cannot believe we're in the second quarter. That's amazing to me. Sales is in kind of one's time on this earth. You move from end to month, quarter to quarter, year to year. But, you know, we have such a tremendous opportunity here at Pitney Bowes, and I wish you all the luck and having a phenomenal close to the quarter. And thanks for all you do.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks. A couple people said great presentation. Tom, David, I think I speak for everybody, say we are so blessed to have you two, so knowledgeable, so articulate, such great presenters to share this information with everybody and tell us exactly how do we use it with clients. So great job, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Very gracious statement. Appreciate it. We are blessed and humbled. Have a great day,
have a great
folks.
weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon. See you on the 20th.